Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? First of all, I just want to say that in my other videos, I was trying really hard to dial down my country, but it's really hard to do that when you're trying to tell a story. So I just want to let you know I'm just gonna be free tonight and from now on because it's just too much work to tell a story and change your dialect and everything. So just I'm sorry if I say something that you don't quite understand. So just the up front, okay? Okay, let's talk about how creepy kids can be. Specifically, my kids. I had my first child when I was 21, and he is 19 now. And let me just say that boy been on some stuff or whatever, like ever since he was born, okay? So, growing up, the old folks would tell us that some people were just born with something called a veil. And they would say, oh, they were born with a veil or a veil over their eyes. And it's not like a wedding veil or nothing like that. It just meant that basically they could see things that other people couldn't see and things that other people didn't really want to see. So my child, he just cried non-stop as a baby, and he was just so attached. I mean, that boy would cling to me like plastic wrap. Like I couldn't get away from that boy. He just screamed all the time, and he was just always afraid to be alone. So you know how when you hold babies and they're cooing and cooing, and they're like everybody's like, "Oh, that's so pretty, it's so cute, it's a cool little baby," and the baby will be looking at you one minute and he's laughing and happy, and then the next minute the baby's looking over here laughing and cooing and looking over here laughing and cooing, and then the people would just say, "Oh, he's just talking to the angels, that's all he's doing." I used to think that was like the cutest little thing until my son came along and he was doing it, and I was like, oh well, his eyes probably just start focusing or whatever, but it'll get better, right? So I started out, of course, my son was sleeping in my room. He was sleeping in my bed. Then we moved him to a crib in my room. And then I decided, hey, I need some more sleep. I need a boy to sleep through the night. I need to be able to talk on the phone if I want to, if he's in here, or whatever. So I'm going to move him to his own room. So I moved the crib into another room in the house. And I had decorated this room all cute for him. Had little animals on the wall, painted a tree, everything. It was like just set for baby, set for baby. Good vibes, right? I'm feeling good in there, good vibes. I put this little boy in the room. I put him in the crib. He's just screaming his head off, screaming, but not stay in there. So I decided I'm gonna put a twin bed in there, so it'll kind of be like how it was when he was in my room. But then when he falls asleep, I can get up and I can go, right? Just stay in there for a little bit till he falls asleep. I'm like, okay, little baby, go to sleep. Pat on the back, pat on the back. I get on the bed. He's just screaming. He's reaching out to me, screaming bloody murder, right? And I'm in there for a little bit, and I just started feeling weird. I started feeling really weird. I started feeling like I don't know if you seen my past videos, but I started feeling like I was back in my old neighborhood again, in my old haunted neighborhood. So I'm like, it's okay, Wendy, just breathe. The baby's just upset, right? The baby's just upset. Oh, he's just screaming. He's getting worse and worse. And then this pressure just descended on the room. I mean, it was so like thick. So I'm getting the heebie-jeebies now because it's starting to feel like something's in the room with us. I'm like, it wasn't even a good 10 minutes we are in this room. And it was like you could cut like the tension and the atmosphere. Like you can feel everything. It felt like darkness and ick and mud and slime like wrapping around you, right? And as you know from previous videos, I am a scaredy cat. So what did I do? I picked my baby up and I left. I was like, if it feels like this every time he's in here by himself, no wonder he's not sleeping. And there ain't no way in the world I'm finna leave my baby in a room that I'm afraid to be in myself. You know what I'm talking about? So the years go on, he's still being, his strange self. doing little things here and there. And I'm just like, oh, it's fine, it's no problem. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. You know what I'm talking about? So he was like 4 or 5, and we were in an apartment, and the apartment had stairs. And I hear him talking. And this is the kid who doesn't ever want to be away from me. He was still like this at that time. I hear him talking, and I'm looking. I'm like, where'd that boy go at? And I look on the stairs, which the stairs was right beside where I was in the living room. The stairs right there, and he's on the stairs just talking away. Yeah, how you doing today? Yeah, I haven't been doing that good today. Blah 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 blah. My mama this and that and that, right? So I'm just looking at him like, okay, boy got an imaginary friend, okay? I found it kind of strange that he was sitting all the way at the top of the stairs and not on the bottom step so that he could be closer to me, because like I said, he always wants to be where I am. So I asked him, I'm like, hey buddy, who you talking to? I was expecting him to be like, oh, it's Richard, my imaginary friend. This boy tells me, oh, I'm just talking to the angels.